Mewtwo was the first restricted legendary Pokemon. In Pokemon lore, he's known as the strongest Pokemon to ever exist.
We dreamed of creating the world's strongest Pokemon. And we succeeded.
In recent generations, Mewtwo has been overshadowed by other legendary Pokemon. Calyrex Shadow Rider specifically outclasses Mewtwo in almost every way possible. They both want to be fast psychic type special attackers. The only issue is that Calyrex hits harder and has a higher speed stat. Worst of all is that Mewtwo's only relevant ability is Unnerve, an ability that prevents your opponents from eating berries. Calyrex is the only Pokemon in the game that gets two abilities simultaneously. Grim Neigh, which boosts his special attack every time he gets a knockout, and Unnerve. So can anyone make a case for using Mewtwo in Regulation G? Well, I believe I've created a team that gives Mewtwo a fighting chance in the current meta. Hello everyone, this is VGC Mike back again with more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Regulation G content. Today I'm bringing you a Mewtwo team with an Alolan Persian. Alolan Persian is a cool partner for Mewtwo because he can use a fast fake out to help set up Nasty Plot on turn 1, and then switch into Indeedee with Parting Shot on turn 2 to set up the Psychic Terrain and get off a powerful spread expanding force. The great part about this setup is that max speed Persian is exactly 1 point faster than modest Mewtwo. This means that it's impossible for your opponent to switch in or pivot in a Pokemon to disrupt your terrain in between Persian using Parting Shot and Mewtwo using Expanding Force. This team also has a Tornadus for Tailwind support and a Choice Scarf Urshifu as a secondary attacker. Lastly, Brute Bonnet is really helpful against Trick Room matchups. If you haven't seen my Koraidon team, this is the same set I had in those videos. I just replaced Sucker Punch with Rage Powder to help protect Mewtwo. If you like this type of Pokemon battle content, then please consider subscribing. It really does help out the channel a lot, and we're trying to pass 1,000 subscribers. But with that out of the way, let's battle. Yeah, they definitely have a lot going on here. So they can disrupt our Trick Room, or not our Trick Room, I'm sorry. They can disrupt our terrain. I don't see Tailwind though, so let's go with, I don't know. Brute Bonnet's a little weaker because they have Double Grass, but also Urshifu just takes a ton of damage from the grass Pokemon. Tornadus we could have used just for Bleak Wind damage, I guess. But we didn't really need the Tailwind, I don't think. Okay. So I'll Fake Out and Nasty Plot. Okay, and we're faster than the Ninetales, which is nice. They do get up the Aurora Veil. I'm gonna Icy Wind and Aura Sphere. Let's see how much this does to the Aurora Veil. Okay, luckily we do knock out, so not too bad. Okay, Blizzard doesn't do too much. We do get a freeze on Persian, which is not good. Persian would have been able to... Persian outspeeds Mewtwo, since we're Modest Nature. So we would have been able to switch out with a Parting Shot. I guess it is good to know that if we tried to Parting Shot into the Clear Amulet, that could have really messed us up. So maybe it works out for the best, I guess. Let's go ahead and switch in Indeedee. Terra, Psychic, and Expanding Force, and let's see how much damage we can do. So they have screens, which does reduce the damage by a third. But we have a Nasty Plot, Psychic Terra, Psychic Terrain. So we definitely have more boost than them, but I don't know if we can knock them out anymore. Alright. Water Terra. Okay, as long as they're not dark. But I guess they were still worried about that fighting attack, which makes sense, but yeah, I'm just gonna go damage. Get a double knockout. So yeah, I kind of wish I could have shown off Persian there, because part of the setup with this team is to fake out Nasty Plot turn 1 and then switch out Will Follow Me and Expanding Force. Switch out and with the Parting Shot, because max speed Persian outspeeds modest Mewtwo by literally 1 point. So they're both very fast, and it's kind of just the perfect setup as long as you're not facing something faster. But that's what we have Tailwind stuff. Alright, Kelly Rex Ice Rider. This can definitely be a little tougher. We're going to try to deny the Trick Room. And then, yeah, Psychic Terrain could be good. The other option would have been Persian because of the foul play damage. Could have been pretty good. Okay, and surprisingly they just go with Raging Bolt. So I think we switch in Indeedee. And then I'm just going to Terra Water and Spore Raging Bolt. Alright, so the reason we wanted to Terra Water here is because of the U-turn. I do want to try to put the Raging Bolt to sleep, and U-turn would have done massive damage. Yeah. And they did not try to Thunderclap, which is fine. Okay, let's switch Urshifu back in. And actually, let's just double switch. I don't think that they'll go for knockoff there, but they could. So it's a little risky, but it's fine as far as I'm concerned. Okay, that was the more likely target in my opinion, so fine with me. Let's go with Surging Strikes and Expanding Force. Yes. That way if they Terra or switch, we have a pretty strong attack coming in, and if they don't, then Surging Strike should be fine. Okay. Calyrex comes in. So let's see how much damage this does. Okay, it does over half to Raging Bolt, which is great. And we might even be able to pick up the KO again with the Expanding Force. Let's see if they wake up. Okay, they do wake up. And they snarl. but they miss Mewtwo, which is really bad for them. I'm thinking... Surging Strikes again and Expanding Force again. They might just, yeah, they might kind of quit because of the, well, they're not gonna actually quit, but I don't know if they can come back from the Snarl miss. We still had them in a pretty good spot either way, but that just makes things so much easier. We definitely could have U-turned there, but I kind of like where we are since they didn't get Trick Room up. Having these two Pokemon on the field, it feels really good. Okay, and let me see how many turns of Psychic Terrain. One more turn. So let's go ahead and Surging Strikes Incineroar and switch Brute Bonnet in. Okay, and I'm thinking this is Incineroar for defensive Terra. Oh, okay, it's not. It's Urshifu with the Water Terra. So maybe they really are trying to pick up the KO on Mewtwo. Yep, we soak that. And presumably they are locked into Surging Strikes now. Because I would think this is Scarf Urshifu. Okay. And this is definitely not going to be a KO on the Incineroar. Oh, unless... Okay, it is. That first one was really low, and then the second one was very significant damage, it seemed like. So we must have had a low and a high roll there. Okay, and I think here we can just close combat twice. Oh, and we don't even have to sword. We could just Rage Powder, close combat twice. If they get the knockout somehow, then we would just send in Indeedee, reset up the Psychic Terrain, and then follow me in close combat the second time there. All right, got another Calyrex. Let's see. I guess the issue here is actually preventing Trick Room properly. Then again, we could kind of just like lead Indeedee, and we might be able to reverse the Trick Room. So maybe just using Mewtwo. Could start with Urshifu, I guess. Mewtwo. I don't know. Maybe Urshifu's not the way. Oops. Okay, let's try that. This type of composition's hard to say. Definitely hard to say. Okay. This is kind of what I was expecting. I don't know if we'll be able to get away with this, but okay, let's Psychic, Terra Water, and Taunt. Okay, so they are going to try to set up Trick Room here. No, they're not. Okay, cool. So I'm going to follow me and Spore. Follow me so I don't get hit with a grass attack. And I'm thinking that they're not Terra Grass. I feel like they definitely could be, but they didn't. Well, I guess they had Follow Me. But I think if you have Ogerpon Water with Follow Me and you're using Torkoal, you probably aren't Terra Grass. You're probably Terra Water. Yep. Okay. So we have prevented a Trick Room for this turn at least. Let's Nasty Plot. No, I'm sorry. Let's Expanding Force. And Crunch, I guess? See how much damage they can... Okay, they just switch out. For Ursaluna. Okay, Calyrex tried to protect there. Ursaluna just drops. Critical hit. I don't think it would have been that big of a deal, even if they didn't. Okay, sweet. Yeah, in fact, them being able to switch into Ogerpon here is pretty okay for them, I would say. Don't mind the Torkoal switch. We can definitely take out Calyrex with another Expanding Force based on how much we did last time. Unless they have like a really random Terra. And then we could just try to put Torkoal to sleep. No reason not to. Okay, they did wake up for a Protect here. They still basically need to try to maneuver Ogerpon in somehow. Oh, okay. Well, that'll do it. But we should be okay here. We still threaten the KO with Expanding Force. And Crunch, even if somehow they do stop us. But we're faster than Ogerpon. Yeah. Not bad. Mewtwo's doing pretty good.